I'm Tobi and this is Sea Life. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to our channel. And okay, for this recipe today, I'm going to try to make a salsa verde. And so, I'm just clipping some of my mince. I'm trying to make a French salsa verde. So, this is my first experience. So I'm going to clip a little bit of my mint, and I probably will use some essential oils as well. But I thought for the color, you have to have some fresh herbs. We came in from the garden and I put the herbs in a little kosher salt and water. And anytime you have lettuce or anything from the garden that has leaves, that's what you want to do to make sure you don't have any little bugs. So I put a little kosher salt and I'm just letting them soak for a little while. I've taken my roast and immersed them in water that has about 3 tablespoons of kosher salt in it. And that's the start today. That's how I'm starting today. It's called a wet brine. For the salsa verde, I'm going to need the juice of 1 lemon. So I'm just going to cut it in half and squeeze it in when I put in the wet ingredients. So here it goes. I'm going to go ahead and start with my blender. And I'm going to go ahead and put in everything that's going to make it green. All of the herbs. And do include chives in this if you can. I went out and I had the top of an onion, so that's what I included. As well as the rest of the herbs that I had gained from the garden. I've got my, like I said before, I've got my herbs. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add, because I didn't have very many fresh herbs, I'm going to add some black pepper to it, black pepper drops. And I always add about 4. And I'm going to go ahead and add some basil. So this is going to have a lot of herbs in it. About 4 as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some thyme. Which that herb that I didn't know what it was may have been thyme. But so I'm going to go ahead and just add 2 or maybe 3 thyme. Now I'm going to add some garlic, and y'all know me. You add plenty of garlic. I've got to get a spoon to do this though. Let's see, right here, this will work. Okay, I've got a spoon. I'm gonna add in. Oh, and they said the recipe it was inspired by said about 5 cloves of garlic. So as you know, that means a lot for me. That means like minced garlic, and I'm using minced garlic. That means like a lot. So just, you know, almost the whole bottom of the jar is so about 1/3 of the, well, I'd say about a cup of garlic. That's what I'm putting in here. Minced garlic. And that looks pretty good, so it's starting to fill up here. And then I'm going to add in, I'm going to put in a little sesame oil. The recipe I'd taken this from has suggested fish oil or tuna, or not tuna. It had suggested fish sauce. That's what it had suggested, fish sauce. And my family, not so much on the fish, over the meat. So French salsa verdes might have fish oil, but not my family's. So here it is. We're going to throw in a little sesame oil. Yeah, come on, sesame oil. Okay. Well, I would say teaspoons sesame oil. And then, last but not least, well, not last, actually, it's not last, I'm going to put in rice vinegar. And rice vinegar is supposed to add a wonderful taste, according to the chef that I watched. So we're going to pour in quite a little bit of rice vinegar. And then comes the lemon. And we're going to squeeze the lemon in, the whole lemon. You want to just squeeze that lemon in there beautifully. Okay, lemon, work with me here. Then we're going to zest a little and put the zest in, and we're going to blend it. So, oh, you know what else? Yeah, I'm just going to zest a little lemon here. I think.
Yes, that side. That side.
This side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's try this one. Oh, yeah. Here it goes. There's zesting lemon now, which is not one of my specialties. But you just want a little zest in there to give some texture, I guess, and extra flavor. Okay. It doesn't seem to be falling in there. Here we go. Now, before I started looking into recipes, zesting lemon is not something I ever did. You can tell. So, I hope you have as much fun with these recipes as I do. Okay, so, oh, it's smelling good. I'm going to give it a stir. Oh yeah, that's smelling really good. Now I'm going to put the lid on it. And we're going to put it on the blender for a little while till it looks nice and green. That looks good to me. And thus they call that Salsa Verde. And that is more of a French recipe. Let me taste this. Oh, that's going to be excellent. We're going to cover the meat with this, and we're going to let it marinate for 2 hours. Okay, I'm just going to put some sesame oil in here, and I've got this pan on high. I'm getting this pan ready to sear my roast. And I'm putting probably 3, this is a large pan, so I'm putting about 3 tablespoons of sesame, maybe 4 in it. And I thought that would lend a little bit more flavor to the searing. Okay, that skillet's starting to smoke a little, so I'm sure it's nice and hot. And that's what you want to hear now. Sear them.
That thing's stuck to the bottom of the pan.
Yeah, something. I'm going to get this other steak in my palm. It's been fun. Well, anyway, there we go. There we go. Now we're going to wait until, and we're going to try to get both sides having a nice little crust on them. So probably 4 or 5 minutes on each side. Now we got a little bit of a sear on both of these roasts. We're going for the smoky taste as well. So it's okay to see the smoke rolling off, and that's why we got it at high heat. We're trying to get that a little bit of that smoky flavor in there. So here we are. I've seared both sides, and I'm going to put it into this crock pot. Now I've got a little bit of that verde sauce in the bottom of that crock pot, but I'm going to pour all of this right back into that crock pot. And it's a cold crock pot, so that the meat will rest for a little while and then I'm going to turn that crock pot on to high. And so in 4 hours, you know, voila, our meat is as juicy and tender, smoked, and perfect. Oh, we're going to put butter in as well to our crock pot. Oh yeah, that's seared just perfect. Go ahead and show. Is it on? Yeah, it's seared just perfect. Just perfect on that side. Okay. So I'm just going to layer them in here. And I need to get a spatula.
Here,
I got you.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah, I may need some help with this big old pan, Daniel.
Yep, you're used up there.
And we are going to put this in, even though it looks smoky, you know, this is perfect. Every bit of it, you want every bit of it in there. Okay. Okay, that looks really good. Now, because that smokiness is going to add some flavor that you just is going to be out of this world. Okay, I'm going to put in a half a stick of butter for each roast. We just happen to have some cut apart here perfectly. So there we go, and I'm putting it on high. I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to forget it for 4 hours.
And it's going to be
It's going to be amazing. Okay, Daniel's going to slice this up, and we're going to see if it's done the way we like it. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. I know a lot of people like it more rare, but we love our meat to be totally, you know, browned on the inside. So, how soft is it, Daniel?
Well, it has somewhat to be desired, but it should eat well.
It's not as soft as we were hoping.
No, it's just we didn't give it a chance to.
We kind of had to speed this recipe along a little, so.
And we made some mistakes.
We're going to leave the other, yeah, we made a few mistakes. We're going to leave the other steak in the crock pot for a little while longer. Like, I accidentally forgot to turn the crock pot right on, or I thought I had it plugged in and it wasn't. But anyway, that's what it turned out to look like, and I think it's beautiful.
Good stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm.